Happy Father's Day to all the fathers out there. I just wanted to share how fatherhood impacted my musical journey. My dream since I was little was to play in a rocking band. And then when me and my wife decided to start trying to have kids, I think my goals changed a bit and I started seeking out gigs that had better hours and they paid better. And that eventually led me to DJing. So that turned in a fun thing I did on the side to a nice side revenue on top of my normal day job. And so I was working really hard and grinding and taking as many gigs as I could, spending most of my weekends DJing. And the goal was to try to save as much money as I could and get in a great financial place to secure a future for me and my family. And then when I had 2 little kids and I was still kind of working at that same velocity, I realized that, I was doing all right. I got to a place where I was following a lot of the baby steps of Dave Ramsey. I have an emergency fund. A lot of my consumer debt was paid off. And I just took a step back and was like, should I be working this hard? What am I working for? Because with more money, I could maybe pay off my mortgage sooner. I could maybe buy a nicer car. But it just didn't seem worth it at that point, Kids are only little for so long, and it just didn't seem worth it to trade missing their childhood to have a few more luxuries in life. A couple years ago, I set a boundary in my life to only be doing a couple gigs a month and still wanting to hit some of my revenue targets. I kind of had to shift and pivot my business model to have more people under me to do more give the gigs and to raise my prices so I could still meet those financial goals. I haven't been perfect, but that has helped me in my pursuit of balance. And I just want my kids to be happy and healthy. And I think that when they're adults, they're not going to remember that their dad bought them a BMW. They're going to remember if their parents were there. So that is what I am striving for. Well, anyways, I just wanted to share that little insight with you. Thanks for listening and have a wonderful Father's Day.